Hello there, people of the internet. My name is Josh Morley. Welcome to the Psychotic Nerd Podcast, episode 1. I'm just going to start off with saying this is going to be one of the most unprofessional podcasts you are ever going to listen to, mainly because it's me and I'm terrible as it is for ordinary videos. So for something where you have to talk for hours, which is what I'm aiming for about an hour, it becomes quite unprofessional. Episode 1 of the podcast. It's going to be an interesting one, I'm not going to lie, because my setup is a bit odd. I'm sat here on the floor with my phone recording the audio for the podcast as I look at my television screen, which has got all my notes for what I want to talk about this episode. It's going to be interesting, I'm not going to lie. So I've got quite a few things to talk about first. For one, how this podcast is going to work. So, for a start off, this is not going to be a regular thing at all. Mainly because it takes time for me to come up with topics to talk about, and topics of which I can talk about for a very long time. So that becomes a bit of an issue. Also, not only that, I have to find times to record. Like at the moment, it's 8 on a Monday night. So, that's how much I struggle to do these sorts of things. Not only that, but rendering time for my computer for like an hour-long video is really long, even if it's just some audio with one picture in the background, which I'm assuming is what this is going to be. Even then, that takes quite a few hours to render for some odd reason. It doesn't even matter if I turn the render quality down, it still takes forever. So, that's some of the reasons why it will take, what the hell am I about? That's some of the reasons why I won't be uploading frequent podcasts. That, and also I sound like a complete fucking spastic, talking to myself in my room as my parents are downstairs. Yay. So, right, what I need to also explain to you is that I have a lot of pauses in my brain. I struggle to remember what I'm talking about. I struggle to talk for a very long period of time. I struggle to talk for a very short period of time as well. So to do a podcast, it sounds like a pretty stupid idea. But I've been wanting to do a podcast since 2012. Yeah, 2012, because that's when I discovered the No Cubed Tubecast, and actually discovered No Cubed in general. And when I discovered this, there was just some sort of magic behind it that just kind of inspired me to want to do my own podcast to try and get some audience, which I won't. There's probably like one person listening right now. Probably not even that, probably 0, because we're 4 minutes in. Or at least that's what the timer is saying, and quite frankly, I just don't see this happening for longer than that. I just don't see people coming in longer than that. So, yay. Where was I? I was talking about something. I don't remember what it was. Oh, bollocks. See, I forgot already. This is just how professional I am. Oh, fuck. I don't remember what it was I was talking about. This is not good. This is not good at all. Oh, fuck. This podcast, I'm sorry guys, it's gonna have a lot of silence. I was talking about the fact that people aren't gonna watch this, but then after that, I completely forgot. Oh well, I think we should probably move on, considering. So, first off, I want to talk about the recent anime and manga that I've been getting into, because there's a lot of it, and it's very sudden as well. Just mainly because, like, when I was 12 again, The number 12 is probably going to come up a lot because it keeps coming up lately in my life. I'll be discussing about that later on, I think, if I remember. So, when I was 12 years old, I started watching an anime series called Sekirei. I discovered it through Netflix, and while watching it through Netflix, I only got to about episode 6. After about episode 6, Netflix actually took this entire anime series down, which kind of bothered me, to the point where I went and bought the first season on DVD. Funny story about that. When I asked my mum if I could buy it, it was 15, and this anime has let's say naked female areas. Anyway, so it has that in it, and when I asked, I was honestly expecting a no, but because my mum didn't know that, she said, yeah, it's fine. It's 15, you're 12, who gives a fuck? So it's when it came, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna watch it. Yes, come on. And then as I was watching it, brother comes in. Can I watch it? And he's like 5. So I was like reluctant to say yes. I didn't want him to come in and watch it and see that sort of thing, because that'd be really, really messed up. So I told my mum no, and she just weren't having it. She weren't having it at all. And then she looked at the screen and saw tits. So it's like, that happened, and then she's like, okay, yeah, is it that kind of thing? I was like, yeah, it is. And that's probably one of the most embarrassing moments of my preteen life. Not gonna lie. It was pretty embarrassing. So anyway, to get back on track of the story, to get on back on track of the topic, I've been into anime for a very long time. Specifically, Sekirei the most, because I was a fuckboy and didn't know that anime was even a thing. I just thought that was a cartoon until about 6 months later when I realised it was an anime. But even still, I only watched that and then read the manga, etc., etc. Well, I'm going to struggle to talk for a very long time. It's occurring to me. So, recently, though, I've been getting into a lot more anime, which is really odd. It literally came like a wave. I started rewatching Pokemon, the 17th series, I want to say. Whichever one is X and Y and Z. I haven't watched Z yet. I've only watched X and Y because I can't be asked to find a good version of Z that isn't Netflix, because I can't afford Netflix, because Netflix is gay. So yeah, I started watching that again, and after that I started looking into a lot of Pokemon channels that discuss it, and I found one guy called, I can't remember his name to be honest, but he's a very good YouTuber, and he talks a lot about Pokemon, but he also talks about other animes. I'm just finding out his name now. Catch 'em All Saul, I think that's how that's pronounced. No idea if it actually is, but okay, we'll go with that. So Catch 'em All Saul, he talks about a lot of different animes, and I don't know, I just after watching his stuff, I kind of just felt like I had to go and watch some anime, and the only place that I could think of was the one place that dubbed Sekirei, which was Funimation. So I went to their website, and I just looked at like the first sort of thing that looked interesting to me, and that was an anime called Gamers. So that's pretty much kind of what started this massive wave. Really, Gamers was. Gamers is about a very awkward teenage boy who likes a lot of video games that are just kind of garbage, to be fair, and ends up not realizing that this the most popular girl in all of the entire school, likes him, in a very sexual way. But so yeah, that happens. She likes him a lot, and he just doesn't realise, and it kind of rolls on from there and becomes this massive, with a massive fuck around with characters liking each other but not actually liking each other, and confusion. It's like this massive love triangle, but it's not a triangle. It's more like a fucking dodecahedron or some shit. So that happens over like a 12-episode series, and the source material for it is not a manga. It is a light novel series. I don't know the author. I don't care who the author is because I haven't read the light novel series. I'm honestly hoping that this anime gets a season 2 because it deserves one. It got really good reviews, ratings. That is, if you are stupid and don't know what the fucking word reviews means. Honestly, I fucked up what I was going to say. That's why I've just said that. So it got good reviews. It got good sales. It got good marketing skills. It got good. Yeah, boy. So it's got all that going for it. It's unlike some anime which did get season 2s for some fucking reason. So hopefully this one gets one. I'm hoping. I've got my head held high. I hope that gets a second season. And then after watching Gamers, I started watching another series pretty much straight after. Like I binge watched all the way up until like 2 o'clock in the morning, Gamers, and then in the morning I started watching an anime called Fuka. Fuka is about, again, another very awkward teenage boy who is very much into Twitter. He just doesn't stop going on his fucking phone looking at Twitter. So he's just moved to Tokyo because his mum and dad needed to move to another country. Our country being America, I think that gets mentioned. I'm not going to spoil too much. I pretty much am already, but oh well. So he's constantly at his phone. He's constantly looking at his phone, even when he's walking in the streets. And he ends up bumping into this girl called Fuka Akitsuki, who is a very loud mouth, living in the moment kind of girl. She doesn't really give a fuck about Twitter, essentially, or social media or phones, because she doesn't own a phone. So that's the thing. So they end up meeting each other through bumping into each other. Just shit happens to do with like sex, essentially. They don't actually have sex. It's more sexual related things that kind of cause a relationship. Anyway, and they end up forming a band, which is and that's pretty much where the story goes. They end up forming a band, and there is like this one thing. If you watch this anime, you will realise what I'm talking about once you've watched it. But there's this one pivotal point in the whole thing which could either make or break the fucking series. And both the anime and the manga took two very different turnings for this part of the story. I can't go any further than that because I feel like I'll spoil way too much if you want to watch it. But essentially, the manga, which I've read now, it's now ended. It ended about 2 weeks ago. I've been back at school 2 weeks. Ended so 2 weeks ago from this date. So 2 weeks from before the 23rd of the 4th of 2018. It ended then. Around about then, anyway. Probably not. It's probably way earlier. It's probably like a week earlier than that. I'm not entirely sure. But the manga ended off pretty well. I can't complain. but I would have done something really way different to what happened to it, because what happened was kind of shit, actually. I can't complain. It was fucking terrible, the ending was. I'm not gonna lie, if you actually get into these characters in the manga, as much as I do, because I let myself go and just ignore the fact that there's some plot holes and just get on with the characters. If you get on with the characters, I'm not gonna lie, if you're like I am, you are going to cry your fucking tits off. Honestly, it was like 11 at night, and I just started crying when watching the anime at the pivotal point. Sorry, that was a big click. Yeah, I just started crying and crying and crying. And when I cry, I tend not to be able to put a lid on it, ever. So I end up completely fucking up my face. And at the time, my mum was about to go to bed. And so it's like I had to wipe my face, I had to just splash water in it, make sure that I weren't red, and swollen eyes and red as well. So that was fun. So yeah, that kind of happened. But yeah, it's a really good anime. You will cry at it if you are like anything like me at all. And it's a really good manga series as well, and I'm really sad that it's ended, but I'm really looking forward to the author's next manga series, because he or she, I don't know if it's a he or she, because I never bothered looking into it, because I don't give a fuck about gender. I looked in, he's already announced that he's doing another series in the Shonen magazine. It's one of those pronunciations, I don't really know. He's already doing another series, so I'm looking forward to that. I think that should be really fun to read or watch, depending on how well the series goes. But considering everything else he's ever done has turned into an anime, there's a good fucking chance that it will happen. So yay, that's good. Anyway, moving on. After watching Fuka, I discovered pretty much my favourite end ever. Actually, one. No. Yeah, actually, one. No. Come on, Josh, make your mind up, you fucking twat. It's fucking. It's okay. Yeah, it's definitely it's my favourite anime / manga series. It's known as Yamada and the Seven Witches, or Yamada-kun and the Seven Witches, depending on whether or not you're an anime fuckboy and like to say the name and then the I don't know, the honorific with it. San, kun, tan, penis. Yeah. So yeah, that's my favourite anime series. That's about... Honestly, if I explain anything about this series, it's kind of a spoiler. Honestly, if you say anything about this, it's a spoiler. And I haven't even... The anime never got a second series. It's never going to get a second series because it's been like 3 fucking years since the series began. But the manga is now over. It has 25 or 28 volumes between those two numbers. I can't really remember off the top of my head. So I haven't finished the manga at all. Like, I'm nowhere near finished. I've bought only 4 volumes, and I'm soon to buy 2 more, which should be fun. Yeah, that should be really fun. Right, I'm just turning down the brightness on my phone, sorry. So, you know, I'm buying 2 more books, but yeah, I've just got way more content to go through, which is, you know, incredible. But I already know how it ends, because the internet is a dark fucking place that can't let me enjoy shit. I ended up looking up, like, official anime art for Yamada and Seven Witches, but for some reason you can't find the official anime art. You have to literally buy fucking posters for it, which I'm not doing. So I searched it up, and it just started showing fan art, and also Yeah, it also fucking hell. It started showing fan art and manga pages at the very end of the fucking story. I'm not going to spoil it for you guys because it's, if you end up wanting looking into this for some fucking reason, even though I haven't explained to you what it really is or tried to sell it in every way, if you guys do what I did, it's going to be spoiled a lot, and I don't want to spoil it. So essentially, guys, just if you are going to do anything with this series, if you're going to find anything at all, don't go to Pinterest, don't go to DeviantArt for like looking for fucking wallpapers and shit like I did, because you are literally going to have the ending spoiled for you. Not that it really matters, because there's so much content between the beginning and the end, obviously. But just don't do what I did. Just don't look up wallpapers or anything like that. It's honestly, it will fuck you up, because you are going to end up finding out that ending. It's a really good ending, by the way. I can't really wait to find out how the fuck it happened. Anyway, the plot of it, I'm just gonna say like a little bit. It's essentially, it begins off with Yamada, who is a delinquent boy, or described as one. I don't really think he is. Not even from the beginning, I don't think he is, but he is described as a delinquent boy. Very, very troubled. Doesn't listen in class, shit like that. Very dumb, but very strong, which becomes very evident during the anime and the manga. And he ends up essentially swapping bodies with a female, known as Aurora Shiraishi. So yeah, Ryu Yamada and Aurora Shiraishi end up swapping bodies, and it becomes that kind of show. It becomes that kind of book/show, and it's very fun to watch. There is some sexualized scenes in it, but they're not added to be in your face, to be fan service sort of thing. They're not that. It's to literally just add to the comedy, and it does add to the comedy. It doesn't feel in your face. It's very much just, this is funny. Why? Because it's sexualized. That's why it's funny. So yeah, I would totally recommend that. And if you're not noticing already, the trend of the anime I like tends to be romance genre, because I am a very sad fuck and can't get a girlfriend. Yay! And last, actually no, not last. No, it's not last. We'll go for this one next. Citrus. Yeah. No, it's not an anime about citrus fruits or mandu. I wish it was. I want that to be an anime. Diomedia or Animeplex, or just those two, because I don't know any other animation studios. Get on that. Get on the Mountain Dew series. I don't know what the fuck I'm on about. Anyway, yeah, Citrus. Citrus is, I wouldn't recommend it to everybody, because it's targeted at a very niche, very niche market, because essentially what it is it's about, wow, I can't even remember any of the characters' names in this anime. That's good. Oh fuck. It's about essentially one girl, I can't remember her name, liking another girl, who happens to be her stepsister. So, you can imagine how that fucking goes. There are so far 7 volumes in English for the manga, none of which I read yet because I haven't had the time. And I'll explain why I haven't had the time in a minute, because it's a sad shit. But I have watched the anime, and it's alright, don't get me wrong. I pretty much watched it all in one go up until about episode 9. Then I started watching it through the weekly dubbing of Funimation's streaming services, which I ended up buying a fucking subscription to just to watch it because, yay. Ooh, did you hear that toe click? Fucking hell. So, yeah, if you want to watch it, I guess I'd recommend it. If it sounds good to you, then yeah, I'd recommend it. But if it doesn't sound good to you, if it sounds just like, oh, it's fan service, it's shit, then yeah, don't watch it, because you're not going to like it. You're just going to end up forcing yourself to watch something that you're not going to like. So, and last but certainly not least, because it is so on par with Yamada and the Seven Witches, it's fucking unreal. Literally, I can't get over how good this anime / manga is, because it is genuinely one of the best series that I've ever watched. This anime series / manga is known as Real Life. Essentially, this follows the characters Ishiro Chizuru and I can't remember the lad's name. Oh, how can I not remember? I've watched the whole anime and read the whole fucking manga. Damn it! Oh my god, how do I not remember his name? Oh, that's pissing me off now. Right, I'm gonna find out his name. I'll explain to you in a second. This is so professional. Yay! I'm gonna fucking kill myself. Real life. Quickly. Real life? Yeah, sure. That's dumb as fuck. Right. Wow. I still can't find out his name. That's incredible. Brilliant. I have no idea how I've managed that. Ow. How do I not remember the guy's name when it's more of his perspective than it is? Is it Ryoshi? Am I right in saying it's Ryoshi? Oh no, it's Kaizaki Arata. Okay, I was thinking of a whole different anime, which I haven't listed on my favourite animes. Probably because it's not my favourite anime. Anyway, so yeah, it follows Kaizaki Arata, and essentially, I'm not going to spoil too much because it'd be a bit fucking annoying. It's about him. He is a 27-year-old guy who is known as a NEET, which is essentially when you can't find a job. When you don't find a job, you are essentially shut in. You don't perform anything worthwhile for society. So yeah, he's trash. He essentially gets approached by this other guy who I can't remember the name of, because he just gets referred to as senpai so much in the fucking manga. It's literally it's uncanny. It's uncanny. So he gets approached by this guy. He works for this company called Real Life. Yay! The title's been mentioned in the fucking series. Yeah. He offers him a chance to re-life. Essentially, to take this drug, this new found drug, which pretty much reduces his age all the way back to a high school age. So you can kind of tell where it's going to go. He relives a whole year of high school. And along the way, and essentially gets offered, if he succeeds in this test, essentially, because it is a test, the company Real Life will admit him to any fucking company they can find, and all of the expenses are paid during the whole year. So yeah, it pretty much is a fucking really good deal. And then when I'm 27, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fucking want that. So yeah, and from there on, he meets Hishiro Chizuru and a lot of other characters, and stuff happens. I'm not going to spoil anymore because I'm talking about it for the entire 2 hours or hour that I have. I haven't really decided yet on how long I want to film for. Probably only an hour, because I'm at a half an hour mark now. But yeah, essentially, it's a really good anime. It's on par with Yamada and the Seven Witches. I wanted to call it my number one, mainly because I've read all 222 fucking chapters. But there's just something about Yamada and the Seven Witches which is more appealing to me. So I mentioned before I had a reason for fucking hell. I mentioned before that I had a reason for not reading the Citrus manga, and it's mainly because I had spent a week and a half reading 222 chapters of Real Life, and after that I kind of got a bit bored of reading, so I've had this massive break. It's been about 3 weeks now. Oh, thank God. 3 weeks? No, more 2 weeks actually. But yeah, so that happened. Hooray! Kill me. So I'm going to take a break quickly. I'm going to pause the recording, and then we're going to go and talk about a topic that isn't anime or manga, because that's lasted now 20-30 minutes. So yay! I will see you then. It's not going to be that long for you, but it probably will be long for me. Fuck off. Okay, so I am now back. I have now gone and took a shit, massive shit, and got myself a drink of water, and made myself a bit more comfortable, because how I was sitting before was honestly cutting off the circulation to my legs. So anyway, yeah, I'm back from the break. If you haven't realised that was an actual break, I'm going to give you a couple seconds now to pause, go do whatever it is you need to do, and you can come back if you want. And if you don't, I wouldn't fucking blame you, because I'm a piece of shit. Yeah. Alright then. So if you're back now, then that's great. If you are not, it wouldn't surprise me, because there's probably going to be 0 viewers of this. Yay. Right, so the next topic is not about anime. And, but the thing is, anime is from Japan. The closest thing to Japan, you might wonder? South Korea. And do you know what's close to South Korea? North Korea. I'm so fucking good at segues. Anyway, North Korea. Yes. So there's been a lot of media coverage about it lately. There has been ever since, since the forming of the fucking country, I'm not gonna lie. Mainly because of their outright nuclear threat lately. However, they have, I am just gonna state this now actually, before I do that, however. I've had a massive interest for North Korea for years now. They are just a fascinating country. Fascinating country. Yeah, no. Just no. They are a fascinating country to me. On a very massive scale. I've read books on them. On how it... Jesus Christ, my brain completely farted then. I've read books on how the country works, how things happen there, how it is to live there. There was one guy who genuinely moved there and lived there for a very good deal of his life and written all about it, and that was a very interesting book to read. So I know a lot about the country, or at least a lot, meaning a lot by the standards of I don't live there, so I don't have the first person's perspective. I have the third person's perspective. So secondary research, not primary research. So taking that into account, I know quite a lot to a certain degree. So I know that obviously the media coverage is mostly about the fact that Kim Jong-un and his advisors and everything like that make these outright nuclear threats. And they basically do this so that allying countries or non-allying countries will import shit to them so that they can fucking live. And this is pretty much how it's been ever since Kim Il-sung, I think he was the first leader, can't really remember, the first ever leader of North Korea, essentially, came up with this sort of regime to keep the country going, and it's been going like that ever since. But lately, I think Kim Jong-un has kind of, well, it's actually known since day one, I think he's known since day one, that the country can't live like that forever. Eventually, something is going to happen, and it's either going to kill all of humanity, or his country and him in general. So he is pretty much now... He wants to do talks, essentially. He's invited Kim Jong-un... what the fuck am I on about? He's invited Donald Trump out to talk. And if that goes well, which I'm hoping it does, I'm hoping it's not just a fucking assassination attempt, because then everything that I'm saying right now is rendered useless, but if that goes well, it's pretty much meaning that he wants the country to be opened up to the rest of the world, which would be very, very nice. Tom Scar reference. Anyway, that'd be very nice. It would be a very interesting turn for the country. It would mean I'd be able to visit there without not shitting myself. That is something on the bucket list, though. If I ever get the chance to, I would really like to visit North Korea. So they've been dying down a lot on this nuclear threatening, which is good. They have expressed their interest as well lately about dismantling nukes, forgetting about the nuclear program, and getting along with countries, which is just, it's a very interesting turn for the country. I'd never really saw that happening in my lifetime, and here it is happening now at the age of 16. A year after I thought that that's never going to happen in my lifetime. So, you know, that's really good. I'm really happy about that. I've had a lot of faith in them, and I still have a lot of faith in them, and I do believe that they could do it, you know? I do believe that they could go and just fucking open up their country, and I'd love to meet Kim Jong-un. Because the only people who've really actually fucking met him are basketball players. Yeah, fun fact, the first ever American, I believe, to meet Kim Jong-un was a basketball player. And his team wrecked Kim Jong-un's basketball team by a lot of points. But they still got along. And apparently they're still friends now, which is very interesting. I'm surprised the government never really got involved with that friendship. It kind of sounds like The Interview a lot. I hate that movie, by the way. It's funny, don't get me wrong, but it caused a lot of just shit. Just full-on shit, and it weren't even worth the fucking release. So that's pretty much why I hate that movie as well. Anyway, enough about North Korea. I feel like I've touched upon that subject enough now. Even though it was only a 6-minute topic compared to the favourite anime, which was a whole of 30 minutes? I don't know. Anyway, I think it was 6 minutes. It might have been 9, because I've been reading my timer upside down. Yay. Ow, just stabbed myself on a nail. Don't know why I'm talking like that. I sound like a piece of shit fucking reporter. Anyway, yes. I need to stop saying anyway and just move on. So, the next topic is why I have started this new channel. Why I completely started a whole new channel just for podcasts. Main reason being is because I like to have my channel separated, I like to have my content separated off to separate channels, because I believe this is the best way for people to see the things that they want to see. If you start putting things on the same fucking channel, it starts to fuck shit up. It starts to get people wondering, why is this here and why is this not here? Why is this happening and why is this happening? So that's why I have the In Real Life channel, for all my in real life videos to go on, and then for my gaming videos to be on a gaming channel, and then for all the podcasts to be on this podcast channel. You know, it kind of, in my head it makes sense. This is not to mean that there will be like the 15 channels. in like 10 years' time, because that would just not happen. Because the only thing that I can think of, I can't think of anything else essentially that would make another channel. Because you've got gaming, you've got IRL, and you've got podcasts. What the fuck else is there to do on YouTube? You know, I'm not going to make a reaction channel, because that, for one, would be fucking garbage, and two, would probably be implemented some way into a vlog, because, you know, I'm not going to react to a video and have that as my whole video. That's just garbage content made by garbage YouTubers who for some reason get fucking subscribers. Yay. So yeah, that's pretty much why I've started this whole new podcast channel. And originally the idea, I say that's the main reason why, but it's kind of not. Actually, yeah, it is the main reason, but just not the first reason. So at first, I was at school. I was looking at my profile picture, and I was looking into redesigning it, because I thought, why the fuck not? And I'm doing all these gradient things with the profile picture. I'm redesigning it, I'm doing gradients, and I'm doing colours and shit, and it looks cool. And then I can't figure out, because I like to have two colours, or one colour, but going over a lightness board type thing, if you get what I mean, spectrum, I don't know. I just like that to happen with it. So when that was happening with this, I already had two colours that were already separated off. They weren't on the same spectrum, which was already pissing me off. And I couldn't have a third colour because that would just mess things up. And then, so this gradient, as you will tell from the actual profile picture, was going from one corner to the other corner, and it was going from green and purple. So my friend King Cal, also known as Marrows, also known as Callum, fuck off, he suggested to me, why don't you do the gradient on the letters? And then after I did that, I fell in love with that profile picture and just really wanted it to be a YouTube channel, but I'd already had the look to my channels for a very long time now, and I just didn't want to redo everything. It seemed like a waste of time. And so I was just trying to think of something to do to have these things on there, because it looked so cool to me, and it still looks so cool to me now. I'm so happy with how it's turned out. I'm really happy that, you know, Maro suggested it to me. Sorry, I want to have a look at the channel now just for visual reference to myself. Yeah, it looks interesting to me. I just really like it. I like how it's turned out. I really do. It looks so much better than most of the shit that I've ever made in my life, because I'm depressing. So yeah, that's the first reason, just not the main reason as to why I created the channel. But you now know the main reason and the first reason. Fuck. Running out of breath. So yeah, you know the first reason and you know the main reason. So I can move off of this topic now, because fuck you. Sorry, drinking water again. Right. So that's why I've started this podcast channel, and I think I will be doing stuff for it, hopefully. I'm doing it now, 2 days after creating the channel, so that's a pretty good start. Although the other channels have had better starts, and they're doing fucking shit. So I feel like we should probably keep onto the topics of channels at the moment. So the IRL channel has had a very general increase in quality lately, considering the fact that I'm not re-uploading old vlogs anymore, because originally my first channel was known as Josh the Miner, and during this period of time the content of it was all over the place. I claimed it to be a gaming channel, even though there was never any gaming, and it was actually more a reviewing channel, more vlog channel, more building Lego, essentially. And so during this time, these videos were up, and then when I rebooted the channel, I privatized all those videos. I'm really glad I never deleted them, because they were actually really good once I re-edited them. So obviously I privated these videos, but I didn't want them to leave YouTube forever, so I re-edited them, put my new, more not sadistic, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Just, more teenage comedy to it. I just edited that so that I applied that more to it. And it turned out pretty well. So I re-uploaded them to my IRL channel. I've been doing that for a very long time. But now I'm actually creating new stuff for it because I've run out of content to re-upload. So here I am now, doing that. So you can see the general increase in quality on that channel, and I'm really happy about that. So that's pretty much why there's an increase in quality at the IRL channel. And I'm creating more shit for that than I am my actual, not actual, gaming channel, which I consider to be my main, because it was my first, which is probably a dumb idea, but anyway. I upload way more to my IRL channel than I do my gaming channel. And the main reason being is because I don't enjoy gaming videos all that much, because for some reason my brain, I have to upload a different game before uploading the previous game that was uploaded again, if that makes sense. So if I was to upload, I don't know, a Rocket League video, I can't upload another Rocket League video until I've uploaded something else. Admittedly, I have done that in the past by accident, because I'm a fucking idiot, but I don't like doing that. It's a very annoying thing. So when I can't find something to make a pissing video on, that starts to delay content, and when I delay content, I don't enjoy it anymore, and therefore I don't make any of it. So yeah, that happens. So that's pretty much why I enjoy IRL videos, because it's in real life. You are going to upload another in real life video after another in real life video. So there's no delay in content other than the fact that I just don't do anything. So that's why I enjoy the in real life videos, for one reason. Another reason being is just because they're way more fun to do. To do stuff in real life compared to doing stuff over a Discord chat or a Skype call or just a gaming online chat. It's just something to the in real life aspect that I enjoy more. So that's another reason why I enjoy IRL videos. And the thing is, though, with both channels, the reason that there isn't a lot being uploaded is because, for one, I'm lazy. That applies to basically both channels. Lazy in the fact that I don't want to record a video. Lazy in the fact that I don't want to edit the video. It's more the editing than the recording. But I just don't want to edit the video. So, that applies to both. One applies to the IRL channel, mostly, is that I can't find anything to do in real life that is worth vlogging, because the only thing that's ever worth vlogging is me going to the cinema, and I can't keep recording me going to the cinema, because that would just literally be fucking AIDS. So, that happens. So that's pretty actually, no, yeah, there's one more thing. School, even though I don't do fuck all for it, school does affect the uploads of my videos. It becomes a very difficult thing to do, YouTube does, when you have school in your way. I say in my way, but it's probably the thing that's going to get me an actual job when I'm older, because YouTube will not work out in the end. Which I know is going to happen, by the way. I know that YouTube isn't going to work out in the end. But I still upload videos because they're just sometimes fun. So, so yeah, that's why I don't upload. So, that's another topic gone. Channels and all the shit to do with them. So that's good. Channels is now over. What to talk about next? I'm going to look through the list, because I've made a big ass list. So what's another topic we have? Oh, I've already talked about. Here's a quote here: "My schoolwork and shit and procrastinating." Yeah, I've already talked about that. I am pretty much a procrastinator. So yeah, like I said, I'm just really fucking lazy. Oh, here. Oh, actually. Oh, fuck. There's pretty good topics here. Fuck it. I'll go for this one. Because why not? Ooh, I can feel a burp coming on, but I don't know when it's going to come, and it's probably going to surprise me. Never mind, it's here. Oh, fuck. Reference to the first ever podcast I ever made in my life. Not the first, actually. It's the 25th billion fucking attempt. I don't know if I mentioned that at the beginning of the podcast. Maybe that's the thing I forgot. Oh, shit. That actually might be the thing that I forgot. So I've tried. Actually, yeah. Oh, shit, it might actually be the thing. I have no idea if it is. If not, I'm repeating myself. You're going to have to deal with this shit for a while. So in 2012, yes, I watched a Noki podcast and I was just inspired to make one. Make a podcast after that. But after watching those videos, I struggled like hell to make a podcast. I'd always attempted it. I'd attempted it like 200,000 pissing times. With people. I wanted to do it with another person. I wanted to do it with two people, me and somebody else. But I could never do that because the person I ever did it with never took it seriously. Ever. Just never turned up either to the recording or didn't want to do it or turned it into not a podcast but a bucket of bullshit. So yeah. Now, not that there's anything wrong with bucket of bullshit. I'm just saying, like, I just wanted to record a normal podcast. But this time around, I'm just determined to make a normal podcast. Hence why I'm doing it now by myself. There might be guests sometimes, but only guests that are actually going to take it seriously. And because I am always surrounded by a bunch of buffoons, not actually, but because I am surrounded by my friends who are who they are, because that's what makes the world great, having different people, the variety. Because I'm surrounded by them, it's very difficult to have a guest. So, don't expect a guest anytime soon. Anyway, now that we've got that out of the way, and I think that's what I forgot about at the beginning of the podcast, we can go on to the topic now that I've been wanting to talk about. Why I think Brooklyn Nine-Nine could end on season 5. Yeah. Honestly, it's just episode 13. I do believe it was 13. Episode 13. I have no way of checking. The series did stop for a little bit, as it does every time. I think it did stop, and it didn't start again for a very, very long time. It took about, I think, a month, maybe. I'm not really sure. To start filming again and then start releasing, but after that, the quality increase was fucking massive. There was just, like, it was already a great show, but now it's like on the Friends level of sitcom, and for me, that is very fucking high. So for that to happen during a massive break for some reason, it's starting to scare me that it could end. It might be that they wanted to leave it off on a high note, and that's what they're doing. Because they had this great opening sequence in the latest episode. Not the latest episode now, but the one before it. So episode, I have no idea, because fuck you. It's essentially a police lineup, they start singing. I'm not going to spoil too much, but it's way funnier than what I'm describing. That was really funny. Like, that's the funniest thing they've ever fucking put into the show at the beginning. So, I can't see them beating it. And because I can't see them beating it, I can see them ending the show. It's really bothering me. Not only that, but they are setting things up to end like it's a fucking fairy tale. Like, you've got Captain Holt about to become the commissioner or could become the commissioner of the whole of the police department in Brooklyn or New York. I don't know which one. You've got Amy Santiago, who's now got the dream job that she's wanted, in like the direction she wanted her career to go. You've got her marrying Jake, which could go really well. You've got Boyle, who's already had a son for a very long time and is enjoying life. You've got Rosa realising she's bisexual and could end up finding a partner soon, who knows. And just, you've got all these characters sort of signing off their life like it's a fairy tale. And that, to me, is starting to show the fucking thing could end. It could end. And if it does, shit. I don't want to see it end, but it could. And I don't know. So, yeah, that's kind of the reason why I have the feeling that, Brooklyn Nine-Nine could end. So, yeah, that's the thing. Right, let me just quickly pause the recording. You guys can go off now, get anything else you want to get quickly. I need to find something to sit on because my back is on fire. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next 5 seconds. Okay, are you back? I hope you are. If you're not, it's because you left at the first 50 fucking seconds of this channel. I just smacked my lip against the mic. I bet that sounded fucking great. I bet this whole thing is sounding terrible because I'm right next to the mic. I've never really tested the mic quality, so that could end well. Yay! So next topic. The next topic, actually, yeah, I'll go with that. Fuck it, why not? Recently I bought Forza Horizon 3. I'm very late, I know. The game's been out for nearly 2 full years. But I bought it for a very cheap price, about 23 quid, with the Hot Wheels DLC. And I have to say, wow. Fucking hell. This game is incredible. For one, mainly because it was the first ever Forza game to be released on PC. So that's a big factor into it. That and just the overall quality of the game. It's insane. It's nearly a perfect game, to quote AR12 Gaming. It's nearly a perfect game because it has loads of cars, loads of customization. It's open world. That open world has races in it. It has so much on the map that you are going to struggle to not find something to do. There are so many cars. I think I've mentioned that. I don't know. And overall, it's just really realistic. The developers clearly know a lot about cars and what happens on the streets, because there is street races. It's a festival, so there's festival races, and they do feel a lot like a festival. And there are pink slip races, which is just, I couldn't fucking believe that was in the game. Which is actually one of the ways to get one of my favourite cars, the Mazda RX-7. So, that happened. That was a 7-hour grind. So, Forza Horizon 3, it's a really good game. It's a very good game, as for some reason is on my fucking list of shit. It's in quotation marks, so I'm assuming that means to say that. It's very good. You're welcome, past me. I don't even remember why I've written that. Even though I think I've written it today, I'm not sure. Anyway, so yeah, it's a really good game for many, many different reasons, and the only reason to again quote AR12 Gaming, the only reason it's not a perfect game is because you do not have the ability to create your own custom races, to checkpoint out in the race where to go. You can't do that, unfortunately, which would be a very simple thing to put in, but they didn't put it in. So hopefully Forza Horizon 4, which is scheduled to come out this year, hopefully that has it. Because if it does, it's definitely going to be a perfect game. Even if it was still in Australia, even if it was still the same pissing map, even if it still had the same cars, the same graphics, which are beautiful by the way, even if it had all the same shit in the game, but they just implement that one fucking thing in for a full price game, I am telling you now, that would be what would make it perfect. Hopefully they don't actually fucking do that, because that would be a pretty scummy move and would rip a lot of people off, but it would still make the perfect game. Speaking of Forza Horizon 4 coming out this year, there are rumours that it could be set in Japan. These are rumours. Nothing is confirmed. There are a lot of rumours going around about this game, and a lot of the time, none of them are true, because people are complete cunts. But if it is set in Japan, I'm telling you now, I'm buying that game pre-order. I don't even care. I'm pre-ordering that fucking game, because for it to be in Japan? Are you fucking serious? With JDM cars, with Tokyo, bright lights, fucking mountainous ranges, blossoming trees. Holy fucking shit. That is going to be the best fucking game you could possibly have. And because when Forza Horizon 3 came out, they had the off-roading cars, the Doom buggies, and shit like that, because it's Australian themed, they had those little Australian themed cars in there, here and there. They could, by all means, if it's Japan, have cars that are allowed neon glows underneath. That's what I need out of this fucking game. They could have mad body kits. They could have just insane stuff on the cars. Just proper insane. And they could have mad car meets in parking lots, multi-story parking lots. They could have that shit, and they could have drifting scenes. They could have all manner of stuff. I love Japan, okay? If that hasn't become evident already, I love Japan. Fuck yourself. So, if that happens, I'm going to be a very happy bunny. I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, I'm going to be really, really happy if that happens. It probably won't, because Microsoft for some reason keep fucking up the Forza games, but I don't care. I was going to compare Forza Horizon 3 to Forza 5, because the fact is, the games themselves came out at very similar times. They're still in the Xbox One generation. They both came out in that generation, but the extreme difference in overall physics, overall graphics, overall layout of the game, even though they are in two separate worlds, like one is a track-based game and one is an open world-based game, they are still made by the same developing company. So the fact that they have changed so much shit and got it so right, that's mad. That is mad. The same can't be said for Forza 4. Forza 4? No, Forza 4 was great. The same can't be said for Forza 7. That's garbage. But Forza Horizon 3, 100% best game ever. If you don't own it, just fucking buy it. If you have the money for it, buy it. By all means, for God's sakes, buy it. If you don't have the money, then I feel really bad for you, and I am sorry that I'm hyping this game up way too much. Even though Forza Horizon 4 is coming out this year, don't be deterred away from this game. You need this game in your life. Because if you buy Forza Horizon 4 and for some fucking reason it's shit, you are going to be put off Forza Horizon 3, and I don't want that to happen. You need to buy this game. Anyway, to stop hyping up this game, I've now got to go on to the next topic. I've been filming for, an hour and 5 minutes. Brilliant. I'm now going to go for a topic that isn't on the list. It's about my phone. I have now got a new phone, which I'm recording my audio on. It's a Samsung Galaxy A5. Now, you may be thinking, wow, I've never heard of that phone before. Yeah, I know you haven't, because it's for a very niche market. It's a perfect phone for me, because recently, phone companies have been fucking shit up. Mainly because they've got rid of the headphone jack. They've changed all of the, charging things. So that's great. They've removed the expandable storage compatibility. Fuck knows why. And not only that, their interfaces are shit. However, this is where it gets good. All of that is on this phone. It's a modern smartphone that is cheap, that has all of the features that I fucking need. Like, I need these features. Like, just completely. I need them. The phone's switched off. Give me a sec. Oh, piss. As I'm talking about it being so good and it switches off, it's still recording the audio. Found fault. So yeah, it has all these features on it, even though it's a cheap phone. That's what I fucking need. It's got super fast charging, so I don't have to charge it overnight. It only takes 45 to 50 minutes to go from 0% to 100%, and the battery lasts for fucking ages. I've now been recording audio at the highest bitrate quality that this phone supports, which is 256 kilobits per second, 48 hertz, whatever. It's now been doing that for an hour and 7 minutes, and it's its own. And it was at 98%. It's now at 85. It is hardly lost shit. So that's really good. So for that to be a thing, to have super fast charging, expandable storage, which I'm now using to my full capabilities, a headphone jack. Really nice earphones, by the way. It took me a while to get used to them, but they are very nice. And to have compatibility with literally almost every fucking app that I could think of for a very, very cheap price with 4 gigs of data, and is not a fucking iPhone, so the recordings that I do don't have to be put onto my computer, then re-rendered into an MP4 format, instead of MOV, which doesn't work with Sony Vegas, by the way. It saves so much fucking time, so much fucking energy, so much of my life is now okay because I have this fucking phone. Not only that, but the touch screen actually fucking works because it's not broken to fucking shit. This is the perfect phone. It's got almost the same fucking processing power as a Samsung S7 or 8, I can't remember. You need this phone. If you do not have this phone, get this phone. Fuck your other phone. I don't care if it's some iPhone X piece of wank. This is better. It has two 16 megapixel cameras recording full 1080p 30 fps quality video. On both cameras, both front and back cameras. You cannot get better than that on one of these kinds of phones. So get this phone, for fuck's sake. Anyway, I also bought a case for it which I custom designed, and I'm very happy about it. It's probably going to be in a vlog soon, who knows. But I custom designed it on Photoshop, put the image on the internet, put it in a fucking website thing, and they sent it off with a screen protector, which I've already broke. Sent it off, brought it here, and it's fucking beautiful. Honestly, this is a beautiful thing. I'm definitely going to put it in a vlog at some point. Anyway, enough about this phone. It's great. I'm going to shut up about it now. We're now going to go on to the next topic, which was actually supposed to be the next topic because it was a very good segue from Forza Horizon 3. I'm sending off for my license forms, like the temporary license forms that you have before taking your test, to learn how a car works. Temporarily. Bearing in mind that you'd have to have an adult with you who's been driving for more than, I think it's 3 or 4 years, maybe 5, I don't know, 3 to 5 years, let's say that. I'm sending off those forms. Now, the story behind this is why I wanted to talk about it, is because my dad said once, you need to go to the post office and get these forms. And I said, okay. And on the day, I forgot. And I forgot for a very, 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 Tom's car, very, 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 very long time. And then he mentions it once at a fucking barbecue 2 days ago, or 3 days ago, I can't remember. It's Monday, Saturday, Sunday, Friday. 3 days. Wait, is that how it works? From Monday to Sunday, that's one day. Saturday, Friday. Yeah, 3 days ago. He mentioned at a barbecue that he was getting pissed off to constantly ask me to get these forms. What? What? You asked me once. You asked me once. How the fuck are you annoyed? Doesn't make any sense. Come on. Cut me some fucking slack. So yeah, we've now got those forms. I need to fill in these forms, which I'm going to, and then we're going to send them off. And I'm going to be able to drive a fucking car. Hopefully my first car is a Mini. I want it to be a Mini, but my dad doesn't want to do the maintenance work because Mini's gearboxes are apparently a piece of wank. So, yeah. But hopefully it is. I really want either a Mini Cooper or a Mini 1. It'll probably be a Mini 1 because the insurance on a Mini Cooper is fucking high. Very high for a teenager. So it'll probably be a Mini 1. But I want it to be a Mini 1 because they are beautiful cars on the interior and the exterior if you get the right colour. Mainly the interior because it's got that big ass fucking clock face, which is actually a Speedo, and it looks really nice. Which, by the way, that's why I kind of don't like the interior design of the new cars, because they pretty much changed that into this touchscreen piece of shit that looks terrible. Anyway, now that I've talked about that, I do have a section talking about my favourite cars. So, you know, car-related themes, getting that going. I don't really know if I want to talk about this, because if somehow people actually do end up watching this, or listening to this, depending on how I upload this, I have no fucking clue how I'm going to upload this. But if they do, if there is car people out there that are watching this, then they're probably going to get pissed at me for the reasons, or the cars, or everything, because car people are very mean people. Anyway, so first on the list is the Ferrari 458 Italia. Now, this to me is a very beautiful car. It's a very slick car. It's a very curvaceous car. It's got it's got curves going all across it. The general design of it is incredible. It's got an insane top speed. Like, it's beyond insane. It's really fast for the year it came out, which I think was 2008, 2010, something like that. Maybe 2011, who knows? Well, a lot of people would know, but I don't, because I'm very professional. Yay! So, yeah, anyway. So, Ferrari 458 Italia, in red or white, very beautiful car. Very, very beautiful car. Definitely would love to drive. Just drive at one point. Probably won't happen, because it's me, and I'm poor. No, I'm not poor. I'm just not rich. I'm middle class. No, I'm not middle class. I'm working class, but still. Fuck you. Who gives a shit? Second on the list, the 1967 Ford Mustang Shelby. This is a very, very beautiful car. It is so beautiful. I have a picture of it on my wall. This thing is fucking mental. It just looks so nice. And the reason that I love it so much is because it's been featured in 2 films that I fucking love and like a lot. And the amount of customization you can do to this car to make it look even better is insane. There's the 67 Eleanor that was made. That's a very famous car for a very good reason. That's beautiful. It's been featured, there's been one in, I believe it is one. It might not be, I think it might be a Mustang GT Fastback, but I'm not sure yet. But I do believe it is this car. It was featured in Grudge Match. It was, it's not Kid, is it? It might be Kid. Sylvester Stallone characters, car. It's just so beautiful in white and blue, white with blue stripes. It just looks so nice. It was such a good car. Sounded beautiful as well. So that's one of the films. That's one of the 3 films it was in. And then the 3rd film it was in was Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift, which is, by the way, my favourite fucking film because it's in Tokyo. I love Japan. Shit the fuck it. So yeah, it was in those films, and it was really good in that as well. It's just a general, really great car. I really love the design of it. I can't believe it came out before the 70s. That's insane. It's a very old car, but it's very, very nice. And hell, if I could save up now, all the way up to like 50, I'd buy the car still. I'd still want to buy the car. I have no idea, by the way, if this phone still records audio. Come on, unlock. Please. This is so professional. Yay! Come on. Why isn't it switching on? There we go. I have no idea if this still records audio as the phone switches off. This is very professional. I don't give a fuck. So yeah. Kind of lost my train of thought again. But I know that I was towards the end of the topic anyway. So yeah, the 67 Shelby. Very nice car. I just remember what I was talking about. If I was to save up all the way till I was 50 years old, definitely would buy it. Because it's just fucking really nice. Anyway, now, as I've mentioned before, another car that's on this list is the Mini Cooper. Not the Austin one, which will piss off a lot of people, but the BMW one. Don't get me wrong, I like the Austin Mini Cooper. I do. I really do. The Austin Cooper was a great car. However, it's way too fucking expensive now. There is hardly any of them out there. And by today's standards, they're not very fast. Not that being fast is everything you want from a car, but it's also not very fucking reliable. It's not fast. Its fuel consumption is fucking ridiculous unless you change the pissing engine in it, which, by the way, you can't find a pissing engine for it. It's just by today's standards, it's not a good car. By past standards, it was an insane car. Great. If I was around at that time, definitely would have had one like everybody else. But anyway, yes, the BMW version of the car. Now, there is a lot of them, I know. I do not like the 5-door version of it. I fucking hate it. It's ugly as shit. I think it's called the Mini Cooper D. Hate that. Piece of crap. My throat is really sore. Hang on. Drop of water. It's not really helped. Jesus Christ, how do people do podcasts? Yeah, so the Mini Cooper what the fuck am I on about? The Mini Cooper D is terrible. Piece of shit, would never buy it. Looks ugly as fuck. I don't know why anybody would own it, other than the fact that people need cars to get places. So I can't blame people if they buy it for that reason. If they buy it for the reason of, oh, this looks nice, I will fucking shoot you. Don't ever admit that to me, because I genuinely will shoot you. So, yeah, there's, but the Mini Cooper S, any one of those models from BMW, going from whenever BMW first bought the company and first made the first ever Mini Cooper S, to now, including the John Cooper Works, 100% would buy any one of those cars because they are beautiful. They are a beautiful hatchback. They are so nice looking. They are very, 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 very quick for the type of car it is, and for the general price. Admittedly, now they are getting a little bit expensive, hence why I like the slightly older versions. I say older, but it's more 2010 kind of range. I do like them a lot more than the ones that there are now, except for the John Cooper Works. John Cooper Works, you cannot beat the newer models. Every time that there was a newer model for the John Cooper Works, better each time. Insane. Just saying. Anyway, enough about that, because we haven't got much time. I've got about 20-ish minutes to go before I have to stop. So, anyway, Next car, the Lamborghini Huracan. I like this car because it's a very cheap Lamborghini, but it's a very very fast accelerating car. It's a very high accelerating car. Overall, the design of it looks very nice to me. I prefer it over an Aventador, which will piss off a lot of people, but I do prefer it. In lime green, it does look very nice. One did drive by me the other day. It looked very cool. That will probably be in the 2018 vlog at some point in time. At the end of 2018. Check the IRL channel by then. It'll be there. Yeah. Nobody's watching this now, so I don't know why the fuck I'm saying that. Anyway. So yeah, I do really like the Lamborghini Huracan. It's a very nice car. Then the Nissan Skyline 2000 GTR. I think that's the one I'm looking for. I'm just going to quickly check that because I cannot remember. Nissan Skyline GTR 2000? I don't know if that's it. Yes, it is. The Nissan... Is it that? Nissan Skyline 2000 GT-R. That's one of my favourite cars just because generally this car looks just different. It's just a very different design. It's a very different design, and it is a Skyline, which is very interesting to me because Skylines do not look like that generally. So, you know, it's just, to me, it's a very nice looking car. I do like it mostly in black. If it was in black, I'd buy it. If it wasn't in black, I'd still buy it. Why? Because it's a very expensive car and it's very nice. So yeah. Now this car isn't on the list. I don't know why the fuck it ain't on the list because that's a very stupid thing. But the 2005 Ford GT, that is an insane car. It has a timeless look to it. It has a timeless design. Seriously, this is my description. This is off the top of my fucking head. It has a timeless design, 100%. The V10 engine, when you turn that over, that sounds fucking mental. It is extremely fast for the time it was made. It was a great preceder to the Ford GT40 from, I think it was the 60s. Car people will probably get very angry at me if that's not from the 60s. But it was just such a great car. The only thing that's wrong with it is if you're tall, you can't get in and out of that car. But who gives a fuck about that? It's beautiful. The new 2017 Ford GT. Yeah, that's fucking hate. I hate that. Fuck that car. Anyway, now next car is not really a car. It's more of a pickup truck. It's a 1956 Ford F100 pickup truck. If you get that customized, that's a very nice pickup truck. It looks very nice. If you don't know why I'm saying very, it's because it's a Tom Scar reference. He says it a lot. Very nice. Anyway, yeah, it's a very nice pickup truck. Just looks beautiful. If you could have a mahogany pickup at the back of it, you know, flooring, that looks beautiful. If it was in black, beautiful. If it had a different grille, beautiful. Lowered suspension, amazing. Just the interior on it as well, you can do so much shit with that. It's unreal. It's just a very nice looking car, looking pickup truck. Love it to bits. I've seen one in real life, but it had the original paint job to it, and it was fucking terrible. It didn't really burn its fuel properly. Shit. But oh well. Yeah, anyway. So that's pretty much off the top of my head and through the list of cars, except for one. I've missed out one, and it's actually my full-on favourite car. It's literally my fully favourite car. The Mazda RX-7 1997. That's an incredible car, mainly because it was in Tokyo Drift, and it drifts like fucking crazy, really well. But also because it's my favourite car in Forza Horizon, Forza, just Forza in general, because it's been in every Forza game, and it's a great car. You can drive that thing for fucking ages and you will not get bored. Just never. When you put a L or i4 motor racing engine in it, it's great. It drifts like a beast. It's great to drive. I love that thing to bits. Would never trade it for anything in my life. You can change so much on it because there are so many companies that do bodywork upgrades to it, including body kits. Am I saying that? Wide body kits, that's it, wide bodies. They do wide body customizations to it. There's so many companies that do it. You can just make that thing look like fucking crazy. It's great. Anyway, I need to shut up about cars because I've got, I think, one more. Yeah, one more. I think I'm just checking. Yeah, I've got one more topic. I've got 10 minutes to talk about it. I have two technically, but this other topic is kinda fucking shit. Yeah. You know, fuck it. I'll do it anyway. Fuck it, why not? What happened to music? Seriously, what the fuck happened to music? Modern day music now is shit. All of it is shit. Man's Not Hot came out, that was okay. It was a meme. I don't care about the meme, I actually enjoyed the song. But after that, everything that followed is fucking AIDS. All of it is AIDS. Every last bit of it. All of it is terrible. I hate music. Hence why I listen to the shit that I listen to. Why can't we be back in the 80s? Seriously. In the 80s and the 70s, music was fucking great. Fuck you. That's my opinion. I don't care about the millennium dickheads, even though I am one. But I'm not a dickhead, I'm more of a twat. Yeah. Right, next topic, because I have 10 minutes. I probably won't use all those 10 minutes anyway, but I'm still rushing because, yeah. My opinion on VR. That's the next topic, and it's the last topic. My opinion on VR is it's getting there. It's not at the fullest quality it could be. Admittedly, when I first discovered it, and I really wanted it for Christmas, the HTC Vive to be exact, I thought it was there. I thought it was the exact point that it could get. It was at the highest it could get. I thought it was incredible. Nice. It is at that stage, don't get me wrong, it is incredible. It is an amazing product. However, it's not at its fullest capabilities yet. The HTC Vive Pro did come out, and it is doing a lot better than the original, but it's still not there. There is still going to be decades, I believe, before this gets to its fullest capabilities. Don't get me wrong, the immersion is insane. It's incredible, but there is the problem of blurring. I haven't noticed it, but everybody else that uses this fucking headset that is a game enthusiast, like myself, doesn't have my blinding opinion of VR's incredible, so they can notice this shit. And they always tell me it's blurry, and there's nothing I can do to fix it. There's nothing wrong with their eyesight. They have 20/20 vision like I do. They just can't see things properly. So that is a big downside to it. But other than that, the tracking for this thing is mad. It is insane. If you have a good enough placement for your tracking boxes, that it's going to work. It is 110% going to work. It is incredible. The tracking works like a fucking treat, essentially. The graphics for games I own a lot of games for the VR headset. The ones I've used, they're great. I use it a lot for Project Cars. I use it a lot for the cinema because it has a cinema app that works with 3D movies, by the way. That's insane. That's great as well. It's a very great product. Honestly, VR, if you haven't tried it yet, you need to. You are missing out on greatness. But, like I said, few more decades. It needs a few more decades, like it's had since Boogie 298 referenced a helmet that he put on for VR. It's still got a few more decades to go, but when it gets there, I'm telling you now, it's going to be mad. It won't be like the Oasis in that really odd movie, Ready Player One. That was an okay movie, don't get me wrong. I really enjoyed it because of the amount of 80s references. Oh man, I'm going to have to talk about that next podcast, definitely, 100%. Oh, I'm going to have to remind myself. Hopefully I do. If not, shit. But yeah, VR's getting there. Needs a few more decades, but when it gets there, it will get there. It's going to be mad. It is going to be an insane product. Anyway, that is pretty much the last topic. I have rushed through it a little bit, but it doesn't really matter. Anyway, so this is the first podcast that I've attempted properly, and it's actually went well. I've managed to talk straight for 1 hour and 31 minutes. That's actually really good by my standards. I honestly did not think I'd be able to talk for that long, or talk for that long interestingly. Hopefully it's interesting. Don't really know. I can't be that egotistical. The second podcast, don't know when that's going to come out. You don't care when it's going to come out, so who gives a fuck? But it will. It will happen. I haven't just created the channel for no fucking reason, just for one video. It will come out, 100%. I'm looking forward to it. I have to say, if you're still listening, then Jesus Christ, you have managed to go through torture. Well done. But if you are still here, and you've went through that torture, then thank you very, very much for listening. It has been a bit of a roller coaster for me. I think I have developed a cold during this because my throat is sore as fuck, and I'm starting to get really lightheaded. But yeah, it's been a very good, very, 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 very good first episode for a podcast, and it's only took 6 fucking years. So thank you guys so much for listening and watching, depending on what the fuck you're doing, and depending on how I actually upload this. So yeah, anyway, let's sign off properly. Thank you guys so much for listening / watching. I will see you very soon, either here or on the other channels. You know, Psychotic Nerd, PN, IRL. Check me out on both of those channels. Or here again for episode 2. I will see you again very soon. Ta-ra.